Man, I tell you, ain't nothing better on a Monday night than a hot, hard Mountain Dew.
Oh, God. To be giving your body away, at least charge for it.
I was just thinking that if stars are how we're making money, then it's constellations for compensation.
You may be entitled to constellation.
Silly.
Y'all
Oh, yeah. When do you want to start?
Well,
are alive.
Are we live?
yeah.
Right.
Every time.
Dude, tell me about that single that just dropped.
It's called Lucid Dream. It's about... no. I was going to say it's about dreaming lucidly, but it's really about... Some people have interactions like when you're asleep. I think everybody does, honestly. You had dreams about somebody that you cared about in the past, whether it's a significant other.
Hey, pick up your mic.
This guy right here? Okay.
Just hold it close. Because you're moving a lot.
Okay. Lucid Dream is about having a dream about somebody that you care about, and it might or might not be the person you're in a relationship with, or might not be a person that's available emotionally, or it could be, somebody from 2 decades ago. And I feel like we've all had an experience where we're currently with someone, but we have a dream about somebody we cared for deeply in the past. And it doesn't have to be like pursuit or romantic or whatever, but that's basically what it's about. Lucid Dream. Yeah.
So you can almost say it's a song about wanting what you can't have.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. Or maybe you can't have right now at this moment in time because of distance. They might live in another state, or another country or something like that. But
dude, the graphic that you put out for it is sick. It looks like a movie poster.
I wanted it to feel like a movie. The song itself feels like a movie. I was like, this needs like a graphic that looks like a movie poster, and so that's really.
Doesn't it kind of make you want to just like make a movie that's based around the song?
Absolutely. You want to write the script for it?
I can. I was gonna say though, there's some really great like filmmakers around town.
You also pick up your
me? Okay, you can't hear me.
It's just a little quiet.
Okay. I was doing this nonprofit concert series with Blues to Bluegrass.
Yeah.
And there's a guy that was going to film the series and maybe do like a short documentary on it. And it was about, I don't want to get too big into my thing because we're still talking about this movie.
Yeah,
but this filmmaker that approached me on this thing is, also worked with some other projects around town that was really cool. He did the Beatles rooftop concert. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
You may know him, Alex Gibson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He could
Alex shot a video for me.
Okay. There you go.
He's so great, though.
Yeah.
He's so great.
But I'm trying to think, so like, do you picture this song, the movie about it being more like this kind of psychedelic, ethereal thing, or more grounded with more of it's like in your head about what it means, or is it more like literal, this is, a lot of effects and stuff in the movie? Like when I look at that graphic, I'm thinking that this is going to be a trippy movie.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's the whole part of it. I kind of wanted the graphic to be like I said, like a movie poster, because the song feels like a movie. It's so well produced. Like Joel Monet produced it. I don't know if you know him, like Sound at Shag. So he did an amazing job producing it. It's so like full of sound.
Yeah.
And so the art for it, it's like kind of spacey. And so the beautiful thing about it is, like, when you go to sleep, when you're dreaming, you can go anywhere. You can go anywhere in the world. You can go into space. You don't even have to be on this world. So
right.
I kind of wanted to convey that, and it was that was it for the art. And then so maybe a movie aspect is kind of like a buddy of mine, Connor White, who's an amazing photographer and videographer as well. He he and I haven't released the photos and video yet for it, but so you heard it here first. But he and I set up a bed in random locations outdoors where a bed shouldn't be.
I saw one picture that you posted where you're like next to the Tennessee River.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Super cool
Just
concept.
in the middle of nowhere, because when you're asleep, like, you can go there. And it's so easy. You don't have to spend an hour and a half setting up this whole set thing. We got pretty good at it. We went probably like 4 or 5 different places.
Okay.
And like set this freaking bed up and tore it down every time. So
yeah,
like,
that picture, I mean, it looks like an album cover.
Thank you, man. It's so great. Yeah, Connor's great. So yeah, it could be anything. That's it. Chris Wade did the space art. I don't know if you know him.
Yeah.
He's low mill space art guy.
Really good guitar player.
Yeah, he is. He's
Yeah.
an amazing musician. Like, man, save some talent for the rest of us.
Right. He's just waiting in talent.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Tell me about your music. What do you got going on? You gonna drop some singles? Or you
Oh man, so actually, I used to host an open mic, and it's a long way to get to this, but
Did you like it?
yeah,
Okay.
and so the open mic, I wanted to do something different, and I wanted it to be all originals.
Yeah.
And I met some cool people with this all originals open mic, and one of them on the mic invited me to, or I guess hired me to be a session guitar player on their song. And I went to a studio I hadn't been to before, and I was like, man, this is a different experience because I have my own home studio. I used to work in a recording studio.
Mm-hmm.
I've been with my friends to Muscle Shoals where they cut their records out there. In town, been to a bunch of different places and recording studios, and I'm thinking, like, okay, when I'm here cutting this guitar part at this new studio, that when you ask, new stuff coming in, I'm thinking, be kind of an interesting concept to do an album where every song is cut like at a different studio in town.
Yeah.
Because I have an album that's kind of been on the back burner for a while. That's a co-write album.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I'm up to 12 songs now that are all co-written with Huntsville artists.
Yeah.
And the initial premise would be, that we'd have like this big community concert. Everybody would come up and do their song.
Yeah.
We'd release a collaborative album. So either in that album, I've already cut a few of the singles that have been released. But for either something on that end where it's the collaborative album is finished out with a different, song recorded at a different studio for each one.
Each song has a different studio. That's
right.
Okay. Yeah.
Or on this upcoming solo album, whether I approach it from that way.
Well, you didn't say anything about a solo album.
Oh yeah, dude. So the collaborative album is like it was already ready to be released, and I haven't finished recording all the songs. They're all written. Parts of each one is at least recorded, but they're not all completely done.
Okay. 12 songs.
Yeah, up to 12 now.
Okay.
But with a solo album, I guess I'm at about 8 or 9 that are, a few of them totally done, a few partially recorded, a few brand new that I haven't started recording yet.
Yeah.
And with that, I have my first album that was out at 5 Points Recording with Justin Miller. I did that one all acoustic. So I'm thinking with this upcoming album of
Full
doing,
band?
yes, but also revisiting the other album and doing it as a full band for like a double release.
Yeah.
For re-releasing my first album as a different presentation. But so there's that. The new album, I'm thinking about doing acoustic version of that and full band version of that. And I have a tour coming up.
No way.
February. It'll be at the Gulf Coast. This will be my return to the Gulf Coast.
Have you announced this one?
We are right next to Redstone Arsenal, so
sometimes
bombs be going off.
Yeah, we can hear the doors shake.
Yeah.
Have you announced this tour? Or no.
No, I haven't started promoting it.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. This one in February is going to be on the lighter side, but I have one in April that I've already got multiple dates booked, and I'm aiming for another sponsored tour. The one I did back in October was sponsored by the city of Huntsville.
Yeah.
Which is really great. Their music office was
Man, that's such a cool program.
Yeah.
The MAP program, Music Ambassadors.
absolutely.
Yeah, so cool.
I met some cool people on that tour, doing some shows where I was opening up for somebody because I was like adding on dates at the last minute, just trying to get more out there.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I met a really cool artist, Sean Williams, who's based out of New Orleans. And I got to open for her, and she was talking about she just had some songs that were picked up, and she's featured in a movie recently. And I'm like, man, this is super cool that you're so gracious to let me join you. But
She must have liked what she heard.
yeah, she was a great. If you get a chance to check out Sean Williams' music, she's fantastic.
Yeah, is it SH?
SHAWN.
W. Okay. Yeah.
And so this past tour was on my converted school bus. It turned into a mobile recording studio and tour bus. But on the way back,
I'm gonna ask you about the bus stuff.
yeah.
Go ahead.
On the way back, the bus was struggling a little bit and was starting to flag some, engine codes. She's like 25 years old and it's got 265,000 miles on her. So, this is no spring chicken, so to speak. And
So what'd you do?
so I got back because on the way back I stopped at multiple mechanics and nobody was like, I'm not bus certified. You should go to ABC down the street. Go to ABC. This M and XYZ, and nobody wants to touch it. So I'm like, okay, well, let's look at what's really going on here. And this is not a critical problem. This is something I can. One of the mechanics put it. I could limp home was the phrasing, and
How
she
far
limped
away?
home. Oh, about 300 miles.
300 miles away
Yeah.
from home.
Yeah. And so, not to get too into the technical side of what it was, but it was the lift pump, which is like a secondary fuel pump essentially for big diesel.
Like a boost pump.
Yeah,
Make
so
it from point A to point B all the way in front.
So I'm getting fuel, just not the ideal amount.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah.
So got back from tour, parked it in the backyard. Let it sit for a couple months. It was freezing cold. It was right on the cusp of winter when I got back from tour, and here, like, I guess it's been a week, less than a week ago.
Yeah.
We had a pop of some nice weather. I'm like, man,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the bus out and see how we're doing. It's been sitting up for a minute,
How'd it do?
and the engine light never came on.
What?
I was able to drive to Athens the other day. Went to Buc-ee's and was trying to do a little pop up over there. And
Keith Urban style.
Keith Urban style was like, man, this guy's got it figured out. Buc-ee's is a happening spot. When I got out there, it was just like I'm miles away, and I'm starting to see like lines of cars coming out. It's like 2:00 on a Sunday. I'm like, man, this is the place to be right now.
So you drove over to Athens. This was Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay. You drove over to Athens. Was it a 45-minute drive, something like that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You pull up at Buc-ee's.
Pull up at Buc-ee's in the bus,
yeah.
and I find a cool parking spot. I go inside, and I'm like, okay, I got to find somebody wearing the Buc-ee's uniform, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, hey, how you guys doing? So
That's how you go. Hey,
how's it going?
How you guys doing? Like, they're on the radio. We got a Unabomber.
So
in
anyway,
here.
here's Wonderwall. No, I was like, hey, so were you guys here when Keith Urban played? And they're like, one of them was like, no, I'm not really at this store. I'm just like, I'm a transfer. And another one was like, yeah, I was here. And I was like, cool. So like, tell me about it. Like, was it crazy? Like,
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, it was cool. And I was like, so how does that work? Did he just like show up or what? And he was like, oh, I think they had some kind of agreement or whatever. It's supposed to be a surprise. But he talked to him about it or whatever. And I was like, okay.
So
and
you
I was
called
like,
Keith Urban. You're like, Keith, what's the deal?
Yeah. And I was like, look, I'm way more urban than you're more rural, but no, I didn't say that. But I didn't call it Keith Urban either. But I was like, no. No, I didn't call Keith Urban.
How long was this conversation with the employee?
It was super short.
The whole time to hold the
yeah.
brisket sandwich, like,
yeah, this is getting cold, man. And I was like, no. I was like, let me talk to the beaver. No, I was like, so if I ask you this because I want to sit up here and play,
Yes.
and they're like, oh, okay, well, I don't really know. And I was like, okay, well, maybe I should ask your manager. And they're like, yeah, they looked around. They're like, and I was like, okay, well, what if I just set up and played?
Yeah.
And they're like, well, I can't say yes or no. And I was like,
Yeah. They
okay.
They get paid $10 an hour. They're just there. You know, like,
Actually, Buc-ee's employees make bank.
Yes.
They have a sign right outside the door
Yeah.
that says how much each person makes at Buc-ee's. And the GM makes over $200,000 a year
What?
at Buc-ee's. Look it up. It's crazy.
I'm in the
The gas station, like the people working at the car wash, are making like $25 an hour.
Hell
Dude.
yeah.
It's sick.
I love that.
Yes, that's great. They're paying people a living wage. Killer.
But they
Pro
still
Buc-ee's.
can't book.
So okay, so they said they can't say yes or no, but I'm like, okay, well, and they're like, if I see the GM, I'll let him know. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, you might let him know that I'm playing out there. So I went out there and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go for it. And I started setting up, and this guy comes out and he's like, what you doing? And I'm like,
Did he start off like that? What you doing?
Pretty much.
What you doing?
Yeah, the vibe was, what you doing? I don't know if that was verbatim what he said,
Like,
but yeah.
Nothing.
I leaned into it. I was like, hey, man, how's it going? You know,
right.
This is me. I should have pointed in my big ass sign. I'm like,
Right. Okay, yeah.
So I was like, I saw you guys had a music concert here. It was a pop-up kind of thing. And I was like, I thought I'll try and see what's up, And he's like, yeah, we can't really have you doing that. And I'm like, okay, well, I saw you guys had a concert here. Is there some way that, how does this work? And I was like,
Yeah.
And he said, just go to the Buc-ee's website. You can apply on there. I was like, okay, man, I'll be out of here in just a second. Sorry about it. And I broke down and got out of there, but.
And broke down crying.
Yeah, but at least the bus didn't break down. So.
Yeah. That's good. I went on their website, by the way, to see where the application that he referred to was. I don't think there was one.
Yeah, he said just go to the contact us section.
Okay, yeah, I think you have to be a multi-million-dollar recording artist to make that.
Probably.
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't even bother going to their website.
In this case, I mean,
yeah.
Better to ask forgiveness than ask permission, right?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe if I would have asked permission, I would have saved myself some time driving out there. But maybe whoever I talked to, my thought was like, they're going to say, oh, I don't know. You know what I mean? So no way of knowing unless you actually try. So
yeah.
And that's all the bus is, man. It's DIY. Just figure it out. The whole concept is this isn't what this thing was made for, and I'm just kind of like fitting a square peg in a round hole, day to day, trying to make stuff happen. And you end up with some. I've always been very much like a DIY oriented person, a problem solver kind of guy, and so it's a really fun premise to me. And I actually had a neighbor who had a school bus that he converted into a tiny house, and seeing that happen in real time, I was watching him build the whole thing out.
When was this?
This was, I don't know, probably 6 or 7 years ago.
Man, yeah, left an impression, right?
Yeah, and it really made it feel accessible, that maybe to other people getting into it doesn't feel as accessible.
Yeah.
Very much could be for the square, the square peg in the round hole type thing that you're doing, because it's obviously not what it was manufactured for.
Right.
But, I see that people are daunted by this because the bus was sitting in my neighbor's front yard for a couple years for sale. Yeah. And I just watched it consistently drop in price, like $10,000, $7,000, $5,000, and I'm just like, man.
Just a normal vehicle for it to be sitting for years and not be able to sell it is like, it's questionable just for a normal vehicle.
Yeah, I'm like, what's wrong with it?
Let alone this freaking house on wheels, Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And that's another thing. It's like when something sits that long, it's like, what all is really wrong with it if people aren't messing with it, know?
Yeah.
And it's not without its problems, but that's to be expected for, it's a year 2000, 265,000 miles on it. But for what it is, man, it's something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you got it, it had seats, like the whole nine. It was ready to transport people.
No, so
No? Okay.
in this case, it was already converted and it was lived in and toured in.
Okay. So when you
Um,
say converted,
yeah, so they pulled out the
just
seats.
break it down, because this might be the first time people have heard of this.
Yeah, so I would say that it wasn't fully converted. It was they had done the demo, and by demo I mean they pulled out the seats, and the critical things like the stop sign that folds out on the side, and
Yeah.
they painted over where it says school bus, which is a big thing you have to do.
It's a legal thing, right?
Right,
Yeah.
you can't, and another legal element that is particularly challenging for school bus conversions is getting it registered as an RV and as a motorhome and not as a bus,
Okay.
because it changes how you insure it.
Yeah,
It changes the licensing you need,
Yeah.
etc. And that part was already done.
Okay. Nice.
And the build out was they put a frame for a bed in there.
Yeah.
And they had like peripherals in there, but not really a whole lot of stuff that was like bolted down, framed out. It was just like they did the bed, and that was really the construction.
And when you say peripherals, you're talking about
I'm talking
for
about
electrical.
Yeah, no electrical
lighting.
ran, no plumbing, no lighting, no cabinets, no no bathroom, nothing like that. So it was really ideal for me because it gives me a cheaper entry point, because a lot of times when the conversion's already done, they're pricing it that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's also a big bonus because the demolition is so much work. And looking into the Schoolie Life, I watched tons of videos, and there's like a plethora of YouTube out there about it.
It's like a subculture, right?
Dude, it's huge. Speaking of the subculture, it's like there's what's called a Schoolie swarm that happens every year. Yes,
Where's it
that was
at?
crazy, and it moves around.
Okay.
This year, it's going to be in Melrose, Myrtle, maybe Myrtle Beach. It's an M in Florida, M city name.
Okay.
And I got contacted by them because they saw the article that Matt Wake did on AL.com that gained some pretty good traction.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were like, if you're interested in performing at the Schoolie Swarm, we will comp your stay. And apparently it's like a pretty substantial amount to pay for like the lot, and they give you water and electricity and some other like included stuff.
When's that?
I want to say it's in March, but I declined because I forget the M name, Florida, but it's like halfway down Florida, dude. It's like
it's down there.
Yeah, in the bus it would be like 3 days, maybe 4.
Yeah.
And it's not a paid thing. It's like, we'll let you come for free kind of thing.
We won't charge you to stay here.
Yeah, and I'm like, cool. Let me know when you're going to be closer to Huntsville.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, next year we're going to be like Colorado area or somewhere like that. I'm like, man, that's super cool. I love that.
Yeah.
But
it's a nationwide thing.
Yeah,
like, it could be anywhere. Like it will be in Seattle next year or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So there is a chance it could be closer.
Possibly.
Freaking 20 years from now, I guess.
Right. But the Schoolie subculture is like a wealth of information for the layman or someone who's green into this, to break into it, and I'm like, all right, so they're saying, hard part of this is the demo, and I'm thinking about that as I'm looking at the pricing and what I'm going to do with it.
Yeah.
And
ideally,
the demo's done.
Yeah. Ideally, you wanted something that had all the stuff ripped out that you weren't going to use. Right?
Yes.
You just had like a blank slate. You didn't want it to already be done.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was just like checking all the boxes, and I say all this like I have been looking for a Schoolie, but I wasn't. And this was like after, so I had a pop-up camper, and I love camping.
Yeah.
I
Did you crank it?
In general.
The crank on it?
No, it had a motor built in. It was just press a button, dude.
Yes.
It's sick. So growing up,
nice.
I had the crank style, my dad did.
All right, yeah.
And
So you know about that.
Growing up, I loved camping. I still do. And my dad wanted to go camping with me more, but every time I tried to stay in the pop-up even on opposite sides, like with curtains and like sound barriers, and the man snores so loud, like I am getting no sleep. So I'm like, all right, we have to find you something to
We gotta
be.
do something.
We can get adjacent campsites. And go wherever.
Call it
You
a
know.
CPAP, man.
Dude, I need a CPAP to drown out whatever is going on over there. But
Well, CPAP would keep them from snoring.
oh yeah,
There you
Because
go.
it's a
Yeah.
thing.
my granddad had a CPAP that he used.
It's hereditary too.
Yeah. So
Big Body Music dropping knowledge over here on the CPAP.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he hasn't gone the sleep study route. He's getting well enough sleep for now, but I'm not getting well enough sleep with him around. So
Right.
we found him
gotta
we're
do
looking for something for him,
Mhm.
and I was like, man, there's a school bus right down the street. Let's go check it out. Maybe it'll be for you,
Let's go look at it.
And I hadn't really been paying that close attention to it. But it was like, okay, let's go see what's up. And then I find out, the price history and, this and that. And I'm like, here's the stats. And he's like, okay, we'll go drive it, so go over there and check it out. And he's like, after taking it around the block, he's just like, nope, smells too strong like diesel. He'd never had a diesel before. And because it's a flat nose, the engine is right next to the driver.
Yeah.
So
It's like in the cabin, right?
Yeah,
Like
it's right
It's right
there.
next to your leg.
and it's an older vehicle, so the gasket is not super tight, so there is a little bit of engine leakage in there. And it wasn't really apparent to me when I was using it in town. On tour, it became more apparent, but still not that bad.
Yeah.
I don't regret getting it for that reason. But the so he decided to pass on it, and I'm like, I wasn't even looking for anything, but this is super cool. And I'm like, I could just you want my pop-up, dude? Like, I'd give my dad my pop-up, and he's like, I'm not really interested in that either. But I'm like,
Dad's not interested in anything.
no, he's very particular, but that's okay, He's been around for a while. He knows what he likes. I can't knock him for it.
Right, yeah,
So I'm like, all right, so here's what.
It's not for him.
Yeah. Still, after he had dropped the price multiple times, I'm like, man, this is still out of my range. But I was like, here's what I could offer, if you're ever, decide you want to let it go for this. He's like, I don't know. And I was like,
Wheeling and dealing.
wheeling and dealing. I'm trying to remember the phrasing specifically, but it basically ended up being where I was like, I'll offer you this guitar amp and a year of guitar lessons plus this much money. And he was like, all right, I'm in.
Uh-oh.
And so I was like, I honestly was not expecting him to take it, but I was like,
On the way home, you're like, what have I done?
no, I didn't regret it. I had that one moment. I was like, oh, this is happening.
Oh.
And I was like, but I was immediately like, let's go. Because I thought about it before I made the offer, and I was ready to commit to
Now's
it.
the time.
If he took it, it was like, here's my bottom line, And I was like, okay, well, I dug in 100%. Like, as soon as I got it home, I immediately started gutting everything that was done. I tried to save, like, the framing from the bed. I ended up reworking the lumber and turning it into a bed that was, like, along the wall instead of, like, sideways, so I could actually walk from the front to the back. That was, like, a big deal to me. Being able to get to all the doors was, important.
Does it have the roof like pops up like that, like the skylight? It's
Yeah,
not a skylight.
so-
I guess it's like a vent. I don't know.
Yeah, so I learned so much about buses when I was like fixing stuff and trying to figure out what I could and couldn't fix.
Yeah.
Like, what don't they make parts for? And it found out apparently a
lot of
lot
stuff.
they don't make parts for anymore. But fabrication is key. And repurposing things. I mean, the whole thing is about repurposing. It's like you got a bus that you're repurposing into a house, so why not repurpose a RV skylight into an emergency roof hatch that was on a bus? Like, the hole is roughly the same size, so I just needed to fabricate some trim to make it, match and seal.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, the rear roof hatch actually.
Yeah, there's two.
There's
right?
two.
Yeah.
So it's a 26-foot bus. It has two roof hatches.
For those of you that never rode the bus,
Yeah.
going home, it has two.
Yeah. And so when I was looking for a roof hatch in the beginning, because it had like messed up, it was like cheap plastic on those things. They're not meant to be like open and closed and over and over. They're like emergency only. So the previous owner had been using it, and it was like, you could tell it was worn out and stuff. I'm like, I'm going to get a new one. and they don't make that hatch anymore. So I'm like, okay, what am I going to do? Well, I looked into the Schoolie forums and what different people have
what do they
done.
do?
Like people are custom fitting skylights, and they're
Okay.
closing it off entirely, and they're cutting new holes and putting exhaust fans and rooftop units, and
Okay,
there's
yeah.
so much. And I'm like, okay, well, I want to find the closest thing to this to make it as fast to replace, as cheap as possible, because I'm not necessarily planning on utilizing this. I just want it to not fly open while I'm going down the road. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I want it to be able to get up there when I want to, but it doesn't have to be an all day, everyday thing. So I find the parts, and I
You got a
find
skylight.
the most recent place that was making it, and it's a super old school spot that was like the website. It looked like it was from like, I don't know, like Webcrawler or something like GeoCities
didn't-
era. Like, dude, it's like from
They
the
didn't
'90s.
invest in the user interface, right?
No. This dude like programmed it in HTML, took one beginner course, and like
Hey, DIY.
uploaded a spreadsheet.
There
And I'm
you go.
like,
Yeah.
okay, so.
They
But
might
the
steal my
parts
credit card.
match.
I don't know.
Maybe, but the part numbers match, which nowhere else did. I'm
Okay.
like, okay, I'm going to there isn't even an online ordering system. There's like a number and an email that you might get a hold of somebody. I emailed, got nothing. I called them, and they're like, call back in these business hours. And it was like weird business hours. And I'm like, I tried, set a calendar reminder so I could get a hold of them, because like when you got a weird project, you do whatever you can,
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right. So I called, and I got my reminder. I called him, and he's like, he sounded like disgruntled, and was like
He was mad you're actually calling.
Yes.
Like most people just don't call back when I give them the hours.
Yes. And he was like, I started talking to him, and I was like, man, I'm looking for this part. And he was like, and he was like, let me tell you something about those roof hatches. And he went on this tirade about the roof hatches, and he was like, back in so-and-so, it was like in the 80s, there was one guy who got it in his head that was in like the safety laws or whatever, and he said that if these things were ever going to roll over, we got to make it so kids can get out of them. And I'm like, okay.
Right, thank you for
Yeah,
that.
and he was like, but let me tell you, those things never ever roll over. They just don't do that. And he was like, those things are pointless. And I'm like,
All right.
so do you have the hatch? And
Right, yeah.
he's like,
Thank
he
you for the
talked-
history lesson.
Yes,
However,
he talked to me for like 20 minutes.
not why I called you.
He was like,
I would like to know if you have the part.
at the end of the day, he doesn't have the part.
What?
Yes, but he's like, if you want to go to, he did tell me where I could get it. The one place that you can get the part you want is if you go to the Bluebird factory in Georgia. I'm like, okay.
Bluebird
Well-
is a bus factory.
Yes, Bluebird is the make of the bus.
Sorry, I'm still on it. Like he gave me this whole hour-long spill and
Yes.
then didn't even have it. He was like, "No, I don't have that."
Yes.
Like,
So after all this, I'm like, man, I am getting some Gorilla Tape, and I'm just taping these things to the roof,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Mhm.
So I taped them down, and then I'm like working on the solar project now. I'm like, okay, I want to be able to access the solar panels. I want to, I'm in like testing phase. I'm like, okay, so do I want to fix these up here permanently, or do I want to, have like a semi-permanent thing, make it modular, like so many different ways. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, so I'm going to start with like flexible panels. And I found these really strong magnets, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to use the magnets on the grommets on the panels, and I'm just going to use them when I'm like not going on the interstate. If I'm like going to be in town, going relatively slow,
Yeah.
not going to be a problem. And so I'm like testing them out, and I'm like, okay, I got some bad weather coming in. I want to be able to get up there and take them down, because that, more than anything else, is what is going to wear down the life of your panels, is if you let them get hit with hail,
Yeah.
storm debris, things like that. Just general like sun exposure, they'll last way longer. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to take them down, go up the roof hatch, get them down. And I'm doing like multiple projects like this where I'm back and forth on the hatch, and I wear out the tape. And I don't replace it frequently enough.
Yeah.
And I go to this WLRH open house, and I take the bus. And I'm like,
Local radio
This-
station.
yeah, local Huntsville radio station.
Awesome.
Support
folks.
WLRH, absolutely.
Yeah, public radio.
And so I go to the station, I'd play some songs, plug some promos. I I'm like, oh man, there's a storm coming in.
Uh-oh.
I got to get back to the house. I don't want to be driving the bus in this crazy storm.
Mhm.
So I'm like wrapping up. I'm like trying to get out of there quick, and I'm still like, as I'm bolting out the door with my gear, it starts like coming down sideways. I'm like, crap, I got to get home. So I'm like going super slow. The wind is insane. Like the bus is like this barn on wheels, dude. Like the broadside of it, like it is a sail. Like
That's what it is.
yes, it catches air like nothing. So, I feel it. I'm going slow. Get most of the way back. I'm like less than a quarter mile from the house, and wind blows sideways, and
the bus tips over.
No,
So you
dude,
call the guy. You're like,
I'm like,
I
knew it. No,
I told you.
I'm like, man. So almost home. I'm turning, and as I'm making this turn, the wind gust comes through like this like narrow hallway of buildings that is just like forcing this air and like this tight pocket go even faster, and it catches underneath the roof hatch, blows it off, and this is like insane thunderstorm, like dumping buckets rain
Inside
and,
now.
inside,
Oh.
and I'm like, oh man, what do I do? So like, it hasn't taken it all the way off, but it is like hanging on by a thread. And I'm like,
Man.
I whip over on the side of the road, and I'm like, okay, I got to get this thing attached. I'm like looking for tape or something to hold it in.
Mm-hmm.
And I reach up there and I pull it down. And as I'm standing there holding it, I feel the wind like fighting me back. Yes. And I'm like, I see the tape. And I'm like, okay, I'm holding on. I reach for the tape. And I let go for a split second, and the strongest gust yet comes through, whips it down the street. And I'm like, dude. So I have nothing in here to cover the top, and I had to go sprinting down the street in the pouring down rain, because if I don't go get that, my bus is going to fill with water, man. And I'm like, okay. So I go chasing it down the street. It's like the wind is still carrying it the whole time, and it is going fast. Like I'm sprinting, and it's going way faster than I am.
Yeah.
Eventually, it stops. It lays down. I grab it, and as I'm trying to carry it back, it's doing this number like it's a sail for me, like pushing against me, pulling. And eventually, I make it back, and I'm like, okay, I can't. There's no way that I'm going to get this thing attached in this condition. Like I just throw it in the back and drive off, and I'm like, okay, gas station across the street, get underneath the cover. And then I find the tape, get it all attached, and I'm good. But I'm like, okay, this tape situation is not going to work out. So that day, I'm like, I ordered an RV roof hatch. That I was like, man, this was my second choice when I couldn't find the other one. But I was so hesitant because I'm like, maybe I'll go to Bluebird, and like, when I go there, I got a list of 100 other things that they're going to be the only people that can do it. So I'm like, man, I should just do it all, And
that would be like going to a Chevy dealership to get parts for your whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be brand new prices.
Yeah.
Right. It's gonna
Absolutely.
be expensive.
You got a Gibson J45 from the 40s, man. You go to the Gibson factory if you need some work done.
They're going to charge you for it.
Yeah. But, which is another story.
Anyway, you ordered the thing, you got it installed, and then now...
And now I am rainproof, but it was not without its own set of challenges.
Sorry, I asked.
No, dude. So I'll make this one a lot shorter. So I had to fabricate the trim, and I used roof sealant around it, and there was still a little bit too substantial of gaps in a couple spots. So I ended up going back with weatherproofing tape to, resolve that in. But that's just on the trim, not on the actuating part of the door. So I can still not worry about it wearing out every time kind of thing.
I love little projects and doing things by hand and thinking about how you're going to solve things creatively and make this work, and watching videos and researching stuff. I'm in the middle of doing a cigar box guitar build right now.
Nice.
And I just started it 2 days ago.
Okay.
And it has been so enjoyable. I really had a good time with it. But so
I saw that you were looking for a table saw.
Yeah, I found one.
Okay.
I found one, and the wood that I got, it's like a thick piece of maple that people were using for hardwood on their floor. They had some extra, and they were like, hey, you can just have it. So that's going to be the neck. And then the heel of the neck, that'll be another piece. So it's equal thickness underneath of it. It's
Dude,
been cool.
What would be super cool?
What's that?
Just random idea popped in my head. If you use a maple neck, if you traced
Maple
out a maple...
syrup.
No, yes. like honey, baby. No, you trace out the maple leaf and
Yeah.
put that as your headstock.
Oh,
a
man.
maple leaf headstock.
I know some Canadian folks that would go crazy for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Play Rush covers.
Yeah. 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 Just get in there. Nickelback. Just let it happen. But speaking of DIY stuff, you and
Dude.
I are co-writing a song
Yeah,
as
man.
we speak. Tomorrow, we'll probably finish it up. Called DIY. We don't have a title for it, but it's about doing stuff DIY and living your life as truthfully and honestly as you can,
Yeah.
and not faking it through life.
DIY. Should I try?
Yeah.
An open letter to myself.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good. So
I
I'm looking
love
forward
that
to
hook,
it.
dude.
I'm looking forward to it. It's been really fun. Been trying to do a lot of co-writing. So I probably had like 5 or 6 co-writes last year.
Tell me about your other recent co-writes.
I want to double it. I'm going to double it in 2026. Okay. Recent co-writes. Let's see. Of course you asked me. I can't remember. Let's see. AJ, Alexis Jackson.
Okay.
She and I have a
Is it
co-write.
country?
No. Could be.
Are you
country.
both
I guess
singing?
It depends on. Yeah, we're both singing.
Okay.
It
You like
depends on how
alternate
you sing
verses
it.
or both singing together?
It's like harmonizing.
Okay.
Kind of through it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
What a great singer. She's so good.
Yeah, she's so good. And you ask if it's country because she's like country is her brand. Like she's very good at it. She knows how to deliver it with the soulful voice. Like she's got some power behind her voice, and I really love just hanging out with her. So she's cool.
Super cool person.
Mm-hmm. Chris McDonald from Luna Coy.
Oh yeah.
Formerly, yeah. He and I have probably 5 songs finished that we've co-written together.
Sweet.
Yeah. That was a really cool thing. We've yet to record them. Still kind of brushing up on some things, but we've got some demo songs out there.
Yeah.
That was really fun.
What is Chris had another band that he was working on the same time as Luna Coy.
The Envy.
The Envy, that's right. Are they still doing stuff?
Yeah.
Sweet.
They posted the other day about they have some new stuff coming. So
okay.
Yeah, they're cool. They kind of do like alternative rock stuff, I guess, right? Yeah. And all of them super, super talented guys in the Envied.
Could you say that you're jealous?
Is that a Black Crowes reference or
no? They're envied, so you're jealous of them.
Oh, right. Yeah. There you go.
That's not really a direct synonym, though, is it?
I don't know.
If you're jealous of someone, you envy them, right? I don't know. I thought my pun would hit harder. That's why I'm questioning.
You've got puns. He's got puns, folks.
Dude,
He's got puns. Anyway, bunch of co-writes.
Welcome to the Music Pun Day podcast.
This is Music Monday. Music Pun Day. At Big Body Music, he's off camera. Ben Carruthers is the mastermind behind this beautiful, beautiful DIY space that I also appreciate. He's put a lot of music effort into the music space, and he's got it well sound insulated. The lights look cool. It's a cool vibe. So if you get a chance to come by, do that. Also, you want to play a couple songs? You do that?
Yeah, man.
I gotta go do the thing off camera. So I'm gonna set this down here while you get it set up.
I'm actually doing all Keyton covers. You know how much a piano weighs?
How much?
A key ton. Why should I try? It's an open letter to myself. I'm just going to check my tuning real fast.
Tell the kind of people what you're going to play.
Tell the kind of people? What kind of people? How do you know they're kind? I highly doubt it, but I'm more of a pessimist. So, speaking of pessimism and optimism, most of my songs lately have been optimistic in nature, which is kind of ironic because I'm generally more of a pessimistic person, and I think I'm writing more of the songs that I think I need to hear, or maybe that I think I want people to hear, or the message that I want to convey is I want people to be happy and be positive, but it's really a message that I can take myself. But I say all that to say, that specific mindset was probably started with this song and co-write that I did with Tim Connect. This song is called "Who Am I Today?" It's a song that's going to be on this collaborative album. It's one of my favorite songs to play. Looking back at the storm, all the bubbled memories form, and it makes me stutter. Who was I before? Was I tired? Was I bored? Head filled with clutter. What's driving my drive? Keeping up alive, I'm still grooving. With music so fine, I need it all the time. That's why I'm moving. And saying, who am I today? And am I in my way? I don't want to stay the same. Day. Who am I today? Severed all the ties. There's no truth in your lies. Don't want to be complacent. May the mirror of my life reflect what is right so I can face it. And say, who am I today? Am I in my way? I don't want to stay the same day. Yeah. Who am I today? Sometimes in our lives we make a compromise, can't let it define us. If it looks inside, we can prioritize what is important. And say, who am I today? And am I in my way? I don't want to stay the same every day. Who am I today? And am I in my way? I don't want to stay the same every day. Now, who am I? Yeah, today. That song's called "Who Am I Today," and it's a song about challenging yourself to be a better version of yourself than you were the day before, and looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, am I who I want to see? Am I who I want to be? And there's a line in that song, it's my favorite line, one of my favorite lines I've ever written, is, may the mirror of my life reflect what is right so I can face it. You know, I dig that. Speaking of face, clock face, how do you fix a broken clock is the most recent song I've written. I wrote this one 3 days ago. I guess I should just jump straight into that next. I'm going to pull up the words because it's still so new to me. Let's see. Alright, so this is How Do You Fix a Broken Clock. So, I had this mixed feeling about presenting songs. I presented songs in many different capacities, from busking on the side of the street where, you know, nobody could care less whether you're there or not, to like in that same scenario where there's a crowd of people that are like super into it. And I'm like, okay, different presentation in these cases, right? And then you have like a restaurant gig where like maybe some people are listening, maybe some people wish you would just play and shut up. And then you have, you know, like the bar gigs where it's like, okay, this is a crowd that's here for music, obviously, but are they really listening to the content, or they just want the, you know, the vibe? And then you have like open mics where you got, you know, the person before you is playing Brown Eyed Girl, you know, and Wonderwall, and, you know, the person, you know, and you got some people there that are presenting original music, and you watch them present it, and you watch how it's received, and it's like, do I even bother, you know? And then you got like the nights where it's like, okay, everyone is here to hear you talk about your songs. And in those moments, I find it so challenging, even though I have all these other opportunities to. I don't, because it really seems like nobody cares, or, you know, I'm wasting my breath, or they'd rather just hear me shut up and play. So I'm trying to get better at talking about my songs. That was a long way of saying that, but we got time, right? So, sorry. But I really love the premise of this song. That's what the whole point of all that was, that I'm excited to talk about this song. And even though I have, you know, songs that I'm excited to talk about, and I feel like every song is a little bit better than the one before it. And I feel like this still stands true to the trend. And I feel like the premise of this song started with brainstorming different lines. And just throwing stuff at the wall and see what sticks, right? And one line that stood out was, time seems to stand still. And I'm like, okay, that phrasing is interesting to me. I like the way it feels when I say it, when I hear it, when I think it. It's a premise that's used in, you know, all kind of stuff. But how do I, you know, spin it? And I'm like, okay, well, why does time stand still? It's a broken clock is time that stands still, right? And then I start thinking of, you know, me, how my brain works. Something's broken, I want to fix it. That's like, okay, so how do I fix a broken clock? And then again, how does my brain work? I want to fix things, and I'm very punny. So I'm like, okay, well, you use your hands, or you know, you give it some time. And this song is the hook that I landed on, that I built the song around, is a pun, but it's also kind of like personal to, you know, me. Is how do you fix a broken clock? You give it some time and your hands. So here's how do you fix a broken clock. Time seems to stand still, like a heartbeat that you can't feel. The seconds keep ticking me off like a skipped beat from a broken clock. How do you shift gears from the back seat? You can't even stare. Wake up and grab the wheel. It's no small feat, but has mass appeal. Let's have a little talk about changing the plan, like
picking corn from the stalk you got from working the land. Get off the couch, go for a walk, start taking a stand. How do you fix a broken clock? Give it some time in your hand. And your hands. No, it's time to break the mold. Get on your feet, you know you're getting old. Gotta hit the road and the back streets, write your story bold. Yes, will it driving me? Is it I wanna see all that I can see? So I'm gonna fix the clocks and I'm not hit with an early stop. Let's have a little talk about changing the plan, like picking one from the start. Yeah, from working the land. Get off the couch, go for a walk, start taking a stand. How do you fix a broken clock? Give it some time and your hands. And your hands. And your hands. Give it some time in your hands. Let's have a little talk about changing a plan, like picking corn from a stalk you got from working the land. Get off the couch, go for a walk, start taking a stand. How do you fix a broken clock? Give it some time in your hand. Some time in your hands. Some time in your hands. Some time in your hands.
Hey,
Yeah. That's good.
whew, thank you.
Feel good?
I feel like every time I play it, I hear something that I want to tweak a little bit. But for the most part, like this is one of those weird songs, man. It's like sat down with the premise and it just like it was just flowing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
within an hour,
I
and a
love it
half.
when that happens. You just sit
Yeah.
down and the words just come out faster than you can write them down. You're just trying to keep up with your own brain.
Dude.
It doesn't happen to me very often, but yeah, when it happens, it's like you struck gold.
Yeah.
It's cool. Anything you want to close out with? Any plugs to shows or anything you got coming up?
Yeah. What's the next thing? I know I'm playing at Liquor Express in a couple weeks.
Okay.
Liquor Express, 21st, 5 to 8.
Liquor Express.
Yeah.
January 21st.
Yep. And then I'm at. That's so funny. I just got a message from somebody about booking.
Like, hey, do you want to
No, that would be hilarious. No,
confirm it on air?
right? No. It's about my gig at Woodside Restaurant in Gulf Shores State Park,
Yeah.
February 21st from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. And April 17th, I'll also be there from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Nice. So if you want to drive down to Gulf Shores.
Yeah, if you're down there, you know, I got some friends and family down the coast. Maybe they're tuning into this thing.
Yeah. Have you been to Tip Top yet?
No. I should go. It's relatively close to my house.
Tip Top is a historic venue that was recently opened by two cool dudes, John and Evan, formerly of St. Stephen's Music Hall fame. It's awesome, man. I went during New Year's, and the building itself is cool, but when you walk in, the sound system is pro. The decor is like straight historic relic / dive bar. They're doing a really good job, and yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to go there. I'm excited to play there. I'm playing there on the 30th of January with the Ain't Sisters.
Okay.
So if you get a chance to come out, January 30th.
So they're not related.
I don't know.
They ain't sisters.
TBD. They might not be talking about themselves. Maybe they're talking about
Okay.
something. I don't know. But they are musicians, though. I will tell you that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Don't you think it's ironic that a dive bar... you can't even hold it. Listen, I won't punish you anymore, but it's a little bit ironic that...
Pun-ish, yeah.
All
right,
no,
get
it's
it
not
over
really
with. Just get it
pun-ish.
over
It's
with.
full-fledged pun. It's not pun-ish. It's all the way.
Okay.
But, so, it is a little punishing, but...
Just
Tip Top, dive bar, ironic name, because it's not in tip-top condition. Obviously, it's a dive bar. Ironic, right?
condition is in the eye of
Your hair.
the tiger. Right, yeah, that too.
Conditioner.
All right.
Conditioning.
We're going to sign off on that point, on that note, unless... Nope, we're good. All right. Thank you, Ben, for having us. Thank you, Big Body Music. Thank you, Music Mondays. See you guys later.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for
I'm glad you
viewing.
can come too.
Yeah, same thing. Same here. It's fun. We can just...
Dude, I could talk for a long time. I didn't really think about it. I think that gummy might help a little bit too.
Bro, you were so blown.
What?
You were so blown.
I can't
Shit.
wait to go back and listen to the 20-minute story about the...
Bro, you were so gone.
Hell.
Like, I'm over here dying laughing. I'm just like, man,
Look,
you
when
can
you're
tell.
laughing,
Like, you
that's
can
when I
tell.